Greg got the enhancer on there. He got the HD enhancer on his camera. I see you glowing, kid. I see you taking care of the skin. Look at him. And it's frozen too. Look at him.
That boy gone.
Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars.
Your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion and of course great beer.
I'm Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode. It was just me and a homie talking about some album reviews and whatnot. We did the most recent Wale joint. We did the most recent Maxo Cream joint, and then the Big Sean and Hit Boy EP that just dropped. But pause real quick. If this is your first time listening, make sure you check it or make sure you subscribe wherever you listening at, whether that be Apple, Google, Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe there. You can get all the updates and whatnot. So that's what type of time we on, man. Come on, this is
special occasion today, man. We got some very esteemed guests today.
Hey, man.
Before we get into everything, this is our topic today. We're talking about Funkytown Brewery out of Chicago. These fellas here represent that Funkytown collective. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
I get started. My name is Richard Bloomfield, CEO, co-owner of Funkytown. Let my boys introduce themselves.
Boy, see what I mean? He wasn't modest like this 5 minutes ago. That's what I'm saying.
Camera's rolling.
I'll go next. Zack Day, co-owner, head of brewing operations, head brewer. Glad I'm came to kick it with y'all, man.
Word up.
No. I'm Greg Williams, co-founder, sales director, the numbers guy of the squad. Happy to be a part of the show today.
Right on. We're gonna talk to Funkytown, the fellas of Funkytown Brewery. See how they got started, what they got going on, what they've accomplished thus far, what they're looking into doing in the future. Before we get into their story, what are we all drinking, fellas? What are we all drinking? You know what? Let me go first and get mine out the way, because I already know that hold on, my son is trying to talk to me. No, you're not having that right now. Go put that up. But
tried to get you when you.
But let me go ahead and go first. Right. But let me go ahead and go first, since I wasn't able to get my Funkytown beer. It sold out too fast, which is a good issue to have, you know what I'm saying? But on the re-up, I'm gonna have to get my pack. But
I mean, we just haven't met up. I have some beer for you. We just gotta kind of connect from Wheaton to the south side at some point. So, but go ahead.
Well, you know what? I still brought this beer out on purpose, man. This is Everyman's Right. This is what OT actually gave me when he came back from Memphis. I think from Memphis. This is Everyman's Right. This is a from Crosstown Brewing Company out of Memphis, Tennessee. This is a blonde Barleywine style ale. I check for the Barleywine joints. This is 9.5 ABV.
So that was way
before. What's wild is that you wild, and G. I got that in April. You held on to it that long. You a good one. My shit didn't last a month. It didn't last a month.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of beer in my joint right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of beer. That's a nice little color for a barley wine. G. I ain't actually ever seen it this bright, this ambery. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm on though. Everyman's Right.
All right, I'm gonna go next, man, because I've been waiting to crack this boy for about how long? I've been waiting to crack this, y'all. This came out for the kickoff event.
On the second. You've been waiting a month.
Of October?
October 2nd. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man. This is Hip Hops and R&Brew, which is coming from our guest here on the show today. This is an American Pale Ale coming in at 5.5%. As I told these brothers already, this is one of the finest pale ales that I've had in a minute, which was why it's been so hard for me to, hold on to this boy. And I got my little, funky town glass right there and whatnot. So cheers to y'all. Cheers to y'all for this great brew. And I finally get to crack this boy open, man. So yeah, it's my last one, but yeah, man.
Pull up.
Wow.
Whoever want to go next.
Wait, what's the ABV on that? You said 5.5?
Yeah.
5.5?
5. Yep.
True that. Right on. Go ahead, Rich.
All right, I got Midwest Coast West Town Brown. Got an American Brown Ale.
Word.
Right out here, kept it local. What's the ABV? 5.3 on this joint. Good brown ale. It's fall. Y'all know, like half the week it's been gray outside. You gotta kind of switch up the beers a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm drinking my shit. So got the Hip Hop Snarl Brew out here.
Hey.
In the glass, chilling, kicking it up with OT. I'm right there with you, brother. And we'll see how many more I can go.
It can get there, depending on how much fun we have. It can get there. I'm just saying.
Thanks.
Okay.
Greg, take us home, man.
So I'm going with Z-Day on. My own merch.
That's what's up.
We crack open the Cuffin season. Red Irish Ale 5.4 ABV.
Right on.
All right.
Yeah, that's a
that
red
time of the year.
Cuffin season, that time of the year.
Yep.
True that. Right on. All right, so let's start from the beginning. Let's start with how you all know each other. How did you all decide to come together under the Funky Town name? How is it that you all decide to start this endeavor? I just asked a lot of questions right there. Let's start with how y'all know each other.
Well, before we decided to start the Funky Town business, I know both of these brothers 20 plus years already. So I originally met Greg in like 94, 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? He came to Oak Park and we went to grade school together. And, we used to like play a little Oak Park district ball and stuff. And we used to see Zack Glass. He went to a different grade school though. He's across the bridge. But like we just kind of know his faces. You know what I'm saying? Like we played for Barry. We was in blue. They was in red. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the other district that had like most of the black players in Oak Park. So you just remember his face. When we went to junior high, 97, that's when we met Zack for real. You know what I mean? And then we just like kind of became closer, and then like through high school we got real close, and then we all went to Grambling together, HBCU out of Louisiana.
Wow.
And that's just a fast story. We've like always been around each other, but in between all of that, it's just moments and jokes.
all different type of jokes. Like they being across the bridge. So yeah, they knew of me from competition, right? So this is where the hate kind of started for one another, right? That's why I don't like Rich that much. That's why I only mess with Greg a little bit. I mean, we tight, but it started early. In junior high we got a little bit cool. I had a couple of classes with Greg, see Rich in the hallways, kicked it with him. Started kicking it strong, man. Like the joke is that they stole me from some other people. You know what I mean? So that's always a running joke. But yeah, then we went to Graham. The funny thing about Graham though is like I didn't know what the hell I was going to do after high school, right? To be honest with you, I had filled out some applications or whatnot. And me and Rich had the first, first period? We had first period together with African American history. right?
Yep.
African American history with Mr. Vance. Man, rest of heaven, Mr. Vance. And then he just came and he was like, bro, he literally took a piece of paper and slammed it down on my desk and was like, bro, fill this out. We're gonna hear it. So man, what the hell what? I look at it, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Fuck it, let's ride. Fill it out. Didn't know he was recruiting half the damn school to go. But it was just like black folks, when you try to get them together to get on a field, on a trip, it'd be like 35 people be wanting to go. And then all of a sudden it dwindled down to like 15. And it's like, all right, time to buy the tickets. Like 2 of y'all. So that's
and you guys all, so OPRF, right? OPR Force, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yep.
know, me being a young provider, East alumni over here, I'm familiar.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
I have nothing to say. The only, man, I'm good.
Of
right,
course,
man.
you have.
It's been a long time, so
right.
yeah. What's there to talk about when it comes to certain things? What's there to
See
talk
what
about,
I mean? I knew when something was coming. I can feel it in the air.
30, easy. 30-piece spicy, because I hoop. 30-piece, easy. Summer league season ain't matter.
Yeah, well, I was there in late 90s, so we was pretty good at that time. So, but I'm an old guy, so the D Browns, Shannon Browns, and all that. But that's another whole story. So
he name dropping over here, man.
He is, man. We're gonna pick him up off the floor. Hold on.
Did y'all drink at Grambling? Well, I mean, because I know me and Kamal went to SIU, right? So we was in Carbondale. You know what I'm saying? Beer scene really wasn't, I mean, what is it? You go to the bar or something, it's like dollar draft night. You drinking the worst beer ever, but you a college student, you got $1, or $3, you got 3 beers. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
What did you guys drink beer, or were you into beer in college at all at Grambling?
Most definitely. That was our go-to, my boy. Like you said, they had 99-cent Bud Ice. Deuce. You know what I'm saying? The 211. We
Hurricane.
Wow.
Whatever we could afford. And scrape up, funds. That's what we was drinking, man. Like, that's when it really, really happened. Like them Grambling days. And we drank some terrible beer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that helped us in the long run because we knew it was better beer out there. We just couldn't afford it at the time. So, but we was drinking anything. Mickey's. What was the other stuff we was drinking?
We was drinking OE and all that, man.
Listen. The first night me and Kamal moved into our remember that what we moved into on Hayes Street. We finally got a little crib at SIU, and to commemorate that, we had Mickey's and what else, like St. Ives and some other 40s. Our homie, we ain't gonna say his name, but he threw up that night because he had them two Mickey's or something. Remember that night? Come on, don't worry about that. Anyhow, I think so. I hope he'll watch this show because I
know, right? We ain't saying no names, so it's all good.
Yeah, man. But go ahead, Kamal. Go ahead.
So y'all were into those types of beers at that time.
Still Reserve 211. You
right.
Say that. That's like the starter beer.
Oh my god.
You don't want to start on that. You don't want to drink a warm one of them. 11:30 in the afternoon, drink a cold, warm one of them. Boy, class? What class? I'm dizzy.
So how'd you all transition? What made you all transition into more craft beers? Because surely you started drinking them before you decided, or did you start drinking them before you decided to get into the game, to start creating them yourself?
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint like an exact moment, man. Like I do think a part of it was like coming home from college and like just making a little bit more money. And then like we was in like Northeast Louisiana, or Northwest Louisiana, comparing that to Chicago. Like those are two totally different beer scenes. Yeah. Like even if we was in the craft beer, like in college, I don't even know if we would have found it. Straight up. So I don't know, man. I think, like when you're here, like the big Chicago beers at the time was like Goose Island stuff. So you would encounter like a 312 or a Green Line joint. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it just started from there. Just like, I don't know. There's other beers out here. We ain't got to drink 40s no more. And
right.
And like we was just buying beers based off of how they looked in the liquor store, not off the style or anything. But I don't know. It just kind of like triggered like a curiosity that just like kept going.
Yeah, because I would say after college, when we got our jobs, was making that little bread. You know, we graduated from the OEs and the Bud Ices to like MGD, Miller High Life, the 24s, or the stuff.
We drank a lot.
It's like a
That's
natural
not
sense.
really
You think you're doing something, right?
Right.
Right. You in
Hey.
the club. You in the club. What you
What?
getting? In the club, I'm finna get a yak on the rocks, and then I'm gonna get a Stella. And I'm all night. You know what I'm
Or a
saying?
Corona with grenadine or something.
All night.
On the real, the grenadine, man.
So,
Corona with
Yeah.
grenadine.
So if you think like we consider that graduation, and then years, consistently drinking that stuff, we like, all right, we're tired of Coronas and stuff. And then that's when the 312 for me came in, but that was like a wheat ale, something different,
Right.
It hit the scene like, okay, it had a vibe to it.
True.
So after that, it was like, all right, there's some stuff out here that's actually better than, this watered down stuff. So I feel like after that, we just start graduating and looking at them different owls and bennies, or just like our local liquor stores. They still had a couple,
That sounds like a very natural progression. Like,
Bro.
that's definitely my same type of progression, G. But I feel
Everybody.
Because Gumball Head, like Z, they put me on Gumball Head. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
that was a
what?
graduation. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
okay, it's something different, all right, so. And then Rich just start going crazy with just crazy brews. People like, what you got?
Mhm.
Yeah.
6 little 6-pack cans and stuff.
Yeah.
My old man had put us on the gumball here. My old man's like 67 now. He the one who threw us on gumball. He's like, man, try this, man. I went here and they talking about don't drink that weasel piss no more. So I'm like, all right, let's try this, man. Blah, 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 blah. Like, the hell you talking about weasel piss? All right, try this out, man. Try this. Boom. And
Had to say
downhill
this
from
twice.
that. Like,
so.
I'm like, yo, oh man, wow.
So each of you all have different roles in the company. How'd you all decide to even do this particular company? And you all at the beginning, did you decide, who's gonna do what?
Yeah, I think I get started. Like how we decided to do it. It was 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Me and these guys, we had just took a trip earlier that year, like an international trip. We went to Thailand. It was super fire, right? We was gone for 2 weeks, right? And we came back, man. That was early in the year, and it's like the summertime. And I feel like, like we was in I was in a good place at that time, like mentally and shit. My job was all right. Everybody had solid jobs, but like, I don't know, like Thailand left exposed like a little hole or something. Like, how do you get like more freedom over your life to have like cultural experiences like that? Like, it wasn't just that we was just like over there kicking it though. Like, we was like learning while we was having fun. You know what I'm saying? Just like fully immersed in that culture. So like, the first answer to like, how do you experience more is get more money. So, and like, I mean, we're okay with our jobs, but like, we want a little bit more control of our future. So we just kind of like started thinking like, we went to school and stuff, like, are we actually going like, if we don't try to do anything, that's kind of like a failure because you're going to kind of have like resentment, you know what I mean? Like, or just like doubts later on. So we just like kind of sat down and thought about like, what we going to do? We've been hanging around each other for like ever. You know what I mean? Like, why don't we just start a business together? You know what I mean? So we was probably drinking beers and stuff, and it just kind of like probably came kind of natural because like we want to do something where we could like still express ourselves. And you can do that with beer. You know what I mean? You ain't got to have on a suit and tie. You don't have to be appropriate with every grammatical ending in your sentences. Like, people understand, like, it's about like you can express your culture through beer. So it just kind of seemed like something that would allow us to like be creative. Like, we got to learn a homebrew. Like, these are my guys. Like, so that's just another excuse for us to kick it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a legitimate excuse. You know what I'm saying? We could tell our wives and our girls like, we about to go work.
She's just starting to believe my wife is just starting to believe it's work right now. Everything before this, it was just, you guys are kicking it with the boy. You're kicking it with the boys today, huh?
Yeah.
Like, No, I'm working.
Right. But I am gonna come back faded.
Right.
Right.
But like, yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It was just like we finna get after it, man. And that's just kind of like how we started. Like with that, like we thought about it, like the feasibility of it. Like there's a lot of opportunity just because ain't no black people out here. Like it's a good story. I mean, I think and then like when it comes to roles and stuff, like we didn't really figure out roles too recently. It was just like, let's just all figure out what we can do. You know what I'm saying? And just like kind of contribute and just like, you know, like again, we've been friends forever. So it's just like, you know, making that promise to ourselves that we ain't gonna let this shit like tear you apart or anything. Like we're just gonna have to figure it out. So that's how we kind of came up with it.
I got a statement. First of all, to kind of tie some of what you're saying into music. Come on, one of my favorite albums. What's our favorite album of the year right now?
I would say Tyler's.
Yeah.
Tyler's album right now for me is my favorite, which I just returned to just yesterday, and it is good.
And one of the reasons why it's one of my favorites of the year is because there's so much on that album talking about getting out and traveling kind of, you know, being the genesis of, you know, kind of opening up, you know, from different experiences and all that kind of stuff. Which Tyler, is fire to hit.
Call me when you get lost.
It's the point that I'm making is kind of, I think it's fire that like the genesis almost is like, you know, you guys took a trip, you know, you had this experience and whatnot, came back, you know, things were a little bit different. From you guys' Instagram page as well, I saw that you went to the I think I saw from a post you guys had went to was that the same year y'all went to the Barrel and Flow Fest? Was that 2017 or was that 2018?
No, we went to 2019. We went to Fresh Fest.
Fresh Fest.
I'm sorry, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Fest, yeah.
That was big too, though. That was real big too.
That was monumental. That was monumental. It was just like seeing a whole bunch of people there, not just people. Let me just retract that. Whole bunch of black folk, right? Mm-hmm. In a space where we didn't think or didn't visually see it, right? So we coming from the crib, you know, it's a segregated city as it is. We trying to make beer where the black folks at when it comes to beer out here. And then we was like, all right, well, let's see what this thing is. Go out here and all you see is just like a whole bunch of black folks in craft beer. I remember standing there, it's like, gee, I've never thought that I would see something like this. Like this is beyond all my wildest expectations. And the fact that it was so much information shared, it was so much just community in there, it was so much just love, respect, just giving back and forth and just sharing tales, sharing triumphs, looking at some posts. Like it was another spark, like, you know what I mean, that we needed, that we didn't know we needed. I mean, I'm not gonna say we was going out there and it's like, oh, let's look for something to just get us fired up. Nah, when we came back from that, it was like, all right, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a place we're trying to get to, just like this.
So as far as going into making Funkytown a name, a business, what were some of the early things that you all, like some of the early legwork that you all had to do, as well as some of the early roadblocks that you ran into? And I'm asking this question specifically for those that may be interested, not necessarily in starting a brewery or starting anything in beer specifically, but those that are looking to start a business in general. What are some of the things that you all had to some of the things that you started to think about that started to kind of, okay, this could be a business, we need to do these things, but as well as some of the roadblocks that you all came up against in the beginning?
Well, specifically like me and Greg, like we business majors. So I kind of feel like we lean back like on our education and like, you know, our work experience since college. Like, you know, like I think when working for yourself, like as an entrepreneur, like you want that creativity and you want that freedom, but that does not mean that you don't follow the standard business practices that you go through at your own job. It's a reason why they're so big and able to employ you. We want to be large enough so where we can employ people as well. So when it came to like writing a business plan, like, you know, we kind of just started that on our own, but like we actually found a book specific to business plans for a brewery. So we use that, and that kind of help, you know, just like reading like helps open up new ideas or just like little creative paths by seeing that. So like we use that to kind of really create like a foundation. And then I think we kind of came up with our plan and like how we wanted to look, like kind of easy. I think the difficult part is just like understanding like the legal stuff and like how do you get money and like resources for small businesses. Like, you know, I think, and part of it is just like our conditions, like as Black folks, like we don't know a ton of Black entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? Like in our families and stuff. So, you know, those family networks don't necessarily have the answers to that like they've had for everything else in your life. I don't even think we knew the right questions to ask when it came to that financial stuff. Like originally we thought we was just gonna like have a good plan, go into a bank and get like 500K. We comparing ourselves to like, you know what I mean? Like these Silicon Valley stuff. Like,
silly us.
It's just nothing like that. So like trying to gather that information is real hard. And like, for some reason, man, we fall in that gap too. Like there are some resources out here in Chicago, but for some reason, us Black people don't never know about them, and we can never find them. It's not a part of our network. So I think that's the toughest part. Figuring out how you're gonna fund this dream. Like, of course, it's gonna be self-funded to a point, but you can't just realistically grow off of your own dollar. You got to get some more money.
Yeah, and like he was saying, just like making sure everything was legal, you know, on the state level, federal level, you know, so when you're able to file taxes, stuff like that, just overall, just making sure, you know, you have a bank account, you got business credit, you know, you make sure you have some type of capital initially.
Yeah.
So, after that, and just consistency, like you say, building that business plan. Like our business model has changed from day one. You know, we changed that after Fresh Fest and having a couple connections, you know. Like you said, we were thinking, hey, we just gonna try to go to a bank and get 500K. Give it to us, like out of nowhere.
Walking there, hey, like the little rascals, but when they had the code,
no skin in the game, you know.
Right.
Once we changed up our business model to contract brewing, that opened up a lot of ideas.
Little rascals.
Yeah, I'm still laughing at that.
The brand. So yeah, man. And then like just obstacles, man, like legal. You know, we went through some legal stuff. We didn't even know was gonna happen. And this was recently. Like we was 3 years in the game. Like, oh man, oh shit, we gotta do this.
Yep.
Not having capital, and then we took some L's on grants. You know, we did grant competitions, videos. You know, we did everything to try to get that money. It didn't happen. No skin in the game. So we just had to figure out other resources and avenues, you know, just to stay afloat until we were able, you know, to actually launch. So
that's what's crazy. That's what's amazing, because I mean,
absolutely, yes.
Rich, I think you run the social media, right? You're who I'm talking to, because I run.
I be trying to keep up with that joint. Yeah.
But I mean, our first conversation, I think, was like in 2018, 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I reached out on some man who off the band.
Yes.
You know yes. That was organic. I didn't even try to do that. You know what I'm saying? But
nice.
But what's crazy, man, and I want to kind of kick it to here, man. October 2nd, pilot project brewing, right? I'm on my way out north. I get there. It's taking like 25 minutes to park. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about their launch event. And this was crazy. I ride past and I'm like, dang, look at how we think about our own shit sometimes. I ride past like it's cracking in there. It must be they joint and somebody else joint. Look how we think about it. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like how we even think about I get in there and y'all got this joint cracking. So I know for how it felt for me, you know what I'm saying? Like how it must have felt for me, how it must have felt for y'all. Like me and Reese Rolex, shout out to Urban Craftsman. We was in there like, gee, this joint is love. Like These young men got this joint packed out. It's at least, I don't even know how many people is there, but it's popping. Like, how did that make y'all feel, that turnout? Because that joint was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that make y'all feel to see all this happen and y'all launch joint is just through the roof?
I think
that came from some groundwork for sure. If I could,
you said, yeah,
interject, because I know, they came to the crib to give the beer, and they had been doing that. So they were hollering at different people
out here,
out beers before that event. Right.
Lying on people.
But that's the personal touch, though, right? You know what I mean? That's the personal touch. That's the one that's like, yeah, you care, I care, we care. You know what I mean? Like, we want to get this beer in your hand. We want you to experience it. We want you to experience.
Who idea was that?
It's either collectively. We was just like, we always on some bend down on them. You know what I mean? Let's slide on them. At the end of the day, let's slide. Because it's always that face-to-face interaction. Social media, it loses the face-to-face conversation. So slide down on you, man, and we want to make it personal so you feel a part of it, right? It's all about journey, right? And it's all about taking everybody on the same journey that we're going. We want y'all to come with us. So what's better than to slide on you guys, let you know it's personal, holler at y'all about some things. We still want it, like, we still regular people, like, we still the guys at the end of the day. And then to get there and then see like the entire party, and it's like we busy, right? So that's almost kind of like a working night too, right? Mm-hmm. It was funny at the beginning of the night. We was like, "Gee, we're not gonna separate from one another. All right, we're gonna save. If somebody look like they talking too long, just save them. Somebody look like that, just save them. We got to stick together." And I ain't see these motherfuckers. Man, I ain't see these dudes at all for the whole night. For the whole night, and then it was just wild, man.
That's a good problem to have, you know what I'm saying? They work in the room.
Yeah. But it was nice, man. It was really nice to look at, because 4 years of work kind of led up to that point. You know what I mean? It was like, and it's not necessarily for me, I can speak personally, but from where I was looking at and the viewpoint that I had, it wasn't necessarily about what's going on right now. It was like what was done all the way up until this point. It was the journey to get to right here, because we was always building up for a launch, get this. And then it's like, we're here. And then it's kind of like just a reflect, like, man, we did this, we went through this, we had screwed up batches, we got told no a couple of different times. You know what I mean? Like, it starts reflecting about that. And then as soon as October 3rd comes, it's like, all right, that was nice. That was fun. It's time to go back to work.
Yeah. So let me ask, if you all can speak on this. What does Pilot Project, how did you get connected with Pilot Project, and what role do they play? I mean, because I hear Funkytown Brewery in connection with Pilot Project. I wasn't at the launch, so to hear that name, I don't exactly know what their role in the Funkytown story is. I'm looking to just support Funkytown, but what role do they play? How did you get connected with them? Who are they? What's going on with Pilot Project specifically?
Gotcha. So 2019, coming out of Fresh Fest, that's like we learned, we kind of pivoted and like created a new business strategy, and we're going to contract brew. That's like a feasible way for us to get into the industry with less bread. So, we were just like, that was kind of our mindset coming back from that. And then we just came across the term brewery incubator, because I saw an article of one opening in another city. So it was like, let me see if there's something out here like that. Mm-hmm. And then Pilot Project came up. I think we found Pilot Project October 2019, and they had just opened in August 2019. Like crazy. So we just reached out. I don't remember if we had home brews right then and there, but we just kind of reached out to learn how does this work? How do you get on? Everything. And we met Dan Abel, that's the owner and CEO, and he was just kind of cool and just told us the game, told us how it works, and like from that conversation, we was just like, all right, we kind of angled our whole business model so we can try to land a spot here when it opens up. So,
fire.
because like when it comes to that, like we got our business plan and it's feasible, but it like you see the difficulty in it. Like Pilot Project is not just a contract brewer; like they're more of a partner in this. They are a partner in this because besides just brewing the beer, like we don't just hand them a recipe and they brew it. They you know, they got guys with 10 years of experience at like Goose or Revolution and stuff like that there, so they're gonna help us properly scale it up. You know what I'm saying? And we go through like a consultation to make sure we still pull out the same flavors and stuff. They help out with PR. They help out with marketing and sales and distribution. Wow. Like we could do all that ourselves. It's in our business plan, but that's a whole lot of footwork for us. You know what I mean? It's doable, but like we all have our full-time jobs. So like, yeah. So like having a partner like that, it's just like a strategic execution of our business plan with a partner who's already got like these connections in the city so they can pick up our beer. So we're not just like cold calling everybody, you know what I mean? And just like kind of help us get our story out with like a little bit more velocity than we could do on our own. So that's what Pilot Project is. They're an incubator. We auditioned with them in June of this year. The opportunity came up. And again, like our whole business model was angled to roll with them. So I think we killed our audition. So
yeah.
So they work with other groups.
Yeah, there's three other brands they got in house now. That's their whole business model is to get businesses off the ground.
That's fire.
What's his name? Dan. He came from the music industry itself. Like he kind of looks at it as almost like a record label, almost. Yeah, I mean, we kind of this is our first deal. You know, this TDE.
Right.
Got to get to KDOT.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit. Let's talk some beer, man.
For sure.
As I said, so Zach, it's on you now. You are the brew guy, right? So this fine American Pale Ale here, this joint right here, man. And then you have I'm sorry, y'all. I should have said it on camera, but also cracked open my Wop the Bam joint here.
Wow.
Which is an American Amber Ale. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know Wop the Bam is a conversational filler used to fast forward through unnecessary details. That's some Chicago stuff.
Wop the Bam.
You know what I'm saying? And then y'all have the Cuffin season joint, which is the Irish Red Ale.
Yes.
Okay. So the first joint that was homebrew is obviously the American Pale Ale, right?
Actually, all of them. Everything has been homebrewed. Right? Part of us, homebrew at the crib, the homebrew at Chaos Brew Club. My parents' garage, my crib. We brewed at Greg crib. We brewed one time. Our first batch was actually over at Rich crib. But we do that and we develop. We set out like basically like a baseline of kind of what we want, right? And then we have a discussion about how we want mouthfeel to be, how taste and how the flavors and how the aroma wants to come around. And then once we do that, then it's trial and error, right? And then it's add here, subtract here, add this, add this, add this. Well, we got an accident. Oh, what's all that about? You know what I mean? So each one of those are, man, a handcrafted, man. Like we put in the work for it, R&D it. Figure out what it is, man. Shouts out to Glenn and Pilot too. Shouts out to Glenn and Damien. They're great at what they do. Like they're great at what they do. So, you know, we go through maybe pointers here and there, but yeah, all that stuff is. We spent the most time out of all of them is that Pale Ale up. That was the most time. Like that's the one we started with. We started first with the Citra Pale Ale, like, and then we just morphed it into something else, tried different yeast, tried different hops, split up 3-gallon, 5-gallon batches to 1 gallon a piece and let them all ferment at one time and see which flavors. Maybe we use Centennial here. Maybe we use Cascade here. Maybe we use a yeast starter with this one. Maybe we don't. Maybe you know what I mean. So it was a whole bunch of R&D to get to that.
So question based with that. You guys have these 3 joints. Everybody right now, when I see people come out with beers, and I guess my question is going to be based upon like why these kinds of beers. When people come out now, everybody's chasing the IPA, the double dry hop this and the hazy this. But you guys come out, you have this American Pale Ale, you have a Irish Red Ale, you have the Amber joint. What's the, those are like I said, everybody who come out now, everybody doing this IPA, that IPA. Like, what's some of the inspiration behind picking, these particular styles? I mean, you got the American Pale Ale, but then you have the Irish Red Ale and an Amber Ale. So, yeah.
I mean, those are kind of the styles that we started off with. Not only just like drinking, but also brewing, right? So, we came in the game beginners, right? So everything had to be, we had to research the type of styles, what they were supposed to taste like and things like that. So we're like, all right, let's just, everybody, we don't want to do what everybody's doing, right? We want to occupy a lane that's not even occupied yet. And I think that the Amber Ale, the American Pale Ale, and the Red Irish, you know what I mean, put us in a place where you get some sense of nostalgia, right? Some sense of old school, right? Because you got all these hazies, you got double dry hop, you got dippers, you got the triples, you got all that stuff, right? But sometimes we just want, the basic is sometimes better than that. So just reflected off of our own journey, and we wanted to make sure that we made beers that were completely palatable, because we're trying to touch people that don't drink beer or haven't drank beer or tasted a triple IPA before they should have tasted a pale ale first, right? Or before they tasted a wit beer, they went and somebody gave them a dipper. Like, nah, you just messed their whole tongue up forever.
It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you get a wrong person an IPA, it's like, get this bitter, like this bitter shit. Like,
get this shit out my face. Give me some water.
Exactly.
Right.
Facts.
So yeah, that's we wanted to make sure we focus on them styles, focus on them flavor profiles, focus on those aromas that would entice somebody to drink more instead of drink less. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy your drink. You ain't gotta get hammered off of 2 beers or something like that. Like, sit back, enjoy, man. Just enjoy how we enjoyed it, because we want to take everybody on a similar kind of path that we took. So as we kind of went, we're trying to take the rest of everybody else. Is how we went.
Okay.
Word up. So let me ask about the
Homebrew.
Man.
So,
hey, listen. Hold on, before Kamal go. Before Kamal go, Kamal had both of ours, and he drank both them. The
no.
The cap. I've been waiting for this.
I drank one.
I've been waiting for this.
No, somebody capping?
No. I drank one. I actually dropped the other one. But because I drank the one, I drank the first one with them. I drank it right then and there. I'm like, man, give me that. What? You know what I'm saying? But
he banged that shit right outside.
Let me ask about that. Like, we've talked to some other upstarts that have they didn't can first. And that may be a product of connecting with Pilot Project. But we've talked to some other groups that have really just had it on tap before they canned it. And I don't even want to talk about that process. I actually am more interested in the artwork with the cans. Where did my favorite right now is the Boo Off the Bam, actually. Like, wow, these aren't like corny looking. This is well thought out, well designed can art. What was the twofold, the names as well as the can art. What department is that? I don't know. Who kind of spearheaded that? How did that come about? Who's the artist that did all three of the different brews, the Cuffin season, Woo Up the Bam, and R&Brew? Or is that how you say it? R&Brew, or is it R&B brew?
It's R&Brew, hip hop's R&Brew.
Yeah.
R&Brew.
Yeah.
Good thing about these beers, you can come up with a nickname for it. You know what I mean? You can drink on the hip hops, you know what I mean? You can drink on the woo wop, you know what I mean?
But what's the significance behind the names for the different ales, as well as who did the artwork behind the joint? How did that come about?
Got it. When we come up with our labels, that's us being creative, right? We thinking through it, and from that we lean back to our business plan. Like we we mapped out like our culture characteristics, and these are basically the characteristics of all three of us. Hip hop is a part of everything, so we know that a lot of beer drinkers buy stuff first off of what they see. So and then we're trying to resonate with a certain community. So that's kind of how we came up with the flagship. Like we wanted to pull out an album cover, switch it up, make the characters look like hops, but make it seem like what that artwork came from. And it's speaking to a direct consumer that's maybe has the same interest as us. And then there's like little things like, the hip hops, that font, we tried to mimic the Source magazine. And then like R&Brew, and that circle behind it, that's all from V103. You know what I mean? Like listen to the radio. So
y'all
like,
nailed that font. That font is on. That definitely is that is the source.
Yeah,
the source font. That's it.
Yeah, so like just kind of staying in those parameters of like our values and culture kind of help us guide it. But like we can't create these things, so we kind of get the full idea out how we expect it to look, and then we got two artists, we got two designers that we work with. One's out of Baltimore,
Talented.
Rail.
Talented.
The other one's
Rail.
Yeah, shout outs to Rail. He did Cuffin season for us, and then we got Marcus. He's actually from Maywood. He lives out in Washington now. He handled Woo Off the Bam. Yeah, so I mean, finding label artists was kind of difficult. Like people were sending us off. And
that's a story in itself.
Yeah, it is. Like I don't know what to say about that. Like I don't think people like really believed we had a real company coming. Like, I'm just being real. Like we talking to people like, yo, bro, like this is dope. This is what we gonna do. We gonna put your name on the can. Like how many ever cans are circulating is how many times people would get exposed to you. But like, people just didn't take us seriously. We found two brothers that they were on point with us. Like, oh, I see it. They kind of with the startup phase with us.
Right.
And so we just kind of rock with them. And then when it comes to the ideas, man, like, cuffing season is a seasonal. That's gonna be gone, before Valentine's Day, when cuffing season ends. So because it was a seasonal, we kind of wanted to
that's fire.
Come up with like a seasonal name.
That joint.
Yeah. I think I don't remember. It was either Greg or Zack who picked it up. It was just like cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
That was Z-Day because we was stuck. That was Z-Day.
Stuck, yeah.
Stuck, and like, bro.
So we got the name, and from there it was just like, all right, what do you see? I see two people strolling. You know what I'm saying? Strolling down
Originally, though, we made it funnier, though. We was gonna have him with some big ass jeans and some shit. The dude on the can is gonna be on some like 90s shit, big ass clothes.
Right. And that's like the hard part, but like I think we do a good job, and our artists do a good job capturing exactly how we try to see it on some goofy stuff. So then they use their own, just like their own skill set to add like additional stuff based off of what we tell them. So that's what we came up with Cuffin season. The last little addition was like, the little handcuffs falling from the trees along with the lead.
Y'all peep that with the handcuffs in the lead.
Listen, I thought I had another one left, but I didn't know. That's why I had went. So yeah, I didn't get a look at it. But,
yeah.
That's tough.
And then
woo wop hard.
Yeah. And then woo wop the bam. It's just some Chicago, bro. Like straight up, like that term has been used for generations, and you ain't seen it commercially yet. So it's just like sticking back to like all this stuff. Like it's fun and it's creative and all that, but we go back to our business plan. Like we fill in gaps. You know what I'm saying? Right, so that's just kind of how we do it.
90s vibes, stuff we grew up on. We bring it back. Everything is retro. Why can't it be retro through beer?
Right. And like, and our generation didn't even get to express itself businessly, because like when we graduated from college, we graduated into a recession. Like, bro, we've been struggling. Gotta like, show how we lived life and how we experienced it. Like we kind of got passed over because the country was in the shitter.
Listen, before come on, you got any?
The only other thing I would ask is like what you all plan on doing. So you all dropped 2 beers or 3 beers? Y'all brought 3 beers at the launch.
2 at launch.
Two at launch.
Okay, so 2 at the launch.
Dropped that third one 2 weeks later.
Okay, I got you. Is there anything in the works currently as far as dropping new flavors or re-releasing, restocking what you already have dropped?
Yeah.
That was my question. Go ahead, come on, do your thing, man.
Yeah. What's the deal with like how can a brother like myself who missed out on the launch and it was like sold out shortly thereafter?
Busting.
God dog, how can I get my hands, or when, better yet, when can I get my hands on any of the beers? Let me ask that. When can I get my hands on any of the beer?
6 days, brother. 6 days. We'll be dropping the Woo Wop again and the Hip Hop's Non-Brew again November 10th. Shortly after that, you seen that brown bottle that was going across the screen right there from Greg right there? That's the next one up. And that should be dropping later this month.
So a fourth flavor.
A fourth.
Mm-hmm.
You said the next one up. He can't get no details. Come on, he can't say.
I'm not asking. I'm not.
Nope.
I ain't say nothing. I'm not.
We got Marvel Universe contracts.
Hey, I love it.
Hey, hey, look, I want y'all to think about this album. Old album. A-Ball and MJG. Coming out hard.
Hey, man.
That's what we on right now.
Hey.
That's what.
No, that's awesome, man.
Dang, man, they about to be space age pimping around here, man. No, hey, look. No.
Hey, you know how we come with the labels. Just wait till you see what we got.
My God.
You guys have an event this month too, right? You guys have something coming up this month, or I don't know if I saw it on Instagram or not. I don't know if I'm tweaking, or is there something happening this month? No,
we got a couple things happening next week on Wednesday, the 10th. We're gonna be participating in Black and Brew Chicago's All About Craft event.
Right.
Shout out to Mickey. She's been doing this.
Mick.
All of y'all that's been doing this before we got here, y'all the ones that like kind of also created this space for us to be here. So
facts, big facts.
But yeah, that's gonna be dope. She's bringing out all the black craft beer in Chicago, or beers that are themed after black events or whatever. So she's always gonna bring a good crowd out of folks that's interested in trying to learn about black beer and kind of help create like that movement and black people actually congregating around beer like normally, just a regular thing. So we got that coming up next week. We're gonna be in Oak Park on the 19th for a little bit at the Oak Park Beer Shop. They got stuff on draft and retail as well. But Oak Park showed out huge, like for us at our launch party. So we kind of got to go back. Like Oak Park Beer Shop was there, like day 2. Like we got their stuff in stock and reached out and everything. So we're gonna kind of go support there. And then we try to plan some more events. Like we definitely want to get out there and keep meeting people, man. Like I think when you experience us, like you really understand like the beer and the effort a little bit more. So we're trying to get all that together. You know, it's getting cold too, so it's gonna be hard to get people out. But there'll be more events. Like we're not just gonna disappear. Like we have to be active in the community. And these events, they're not just gonna be like beer collaborations either. Like we're just gonna partner with other organizations, just try to do some dope stuff. Period.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, man, let me ask a music question.
Here you go.
What's the I'm gonna just say top 3. Just top 3 albums that each one of you all have had in heavy rotation throughout the year. I'm gonna say, this is what, November. We got one more month. OT and I go back and forth about who had the best albums of the year and what we listened to, what we like.
No, we don't. No, we don't, because Tyler got the best album of the year. But go ahead. Go ahead. I don't. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
But what have you all had in heavy rotation, man? I'm gonna start with Zack, man. What have you had?
He was thinking of more.
Right.
Bogus. Go ahead.
I was gonna go Greg, but he looked like he in deep thought right now, man.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh God.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't put Rich ass
I
out
want to
there.
say one, but I tried to broaden it out a little bit. But I'm gonna just say 3, just three albums that y'all. Or one.
All right, one. No, I got you. It pains me to say this, not because I don't like the man. See, here we go. Not because I don't like the man, but it pains me because I don't like the man that likes the man. Right? So, King's Disease 2. I've been rocking out on that. That's one I've been rocking out on. My joint on there is Store Run.
Let's go.
Like I could play that joint. I could play that joint every day.
Pyrotechnics and leather pants.
Run. You know what I'm saying? Leather pants. Right. So that's been one. And then I really been into Ransom. So I know he went fucking nuts.
I've been hearing
over the last like 18 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like dropping mixtape after mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. So I've been rocking with him, and then I haven't heard Tyler's shit. I really need to hear that. I really want to hear that. And I'd be remiss if I left my boy off of this. And I've been rocking with Cole all year long.
Yeah.
So that's my guy right there. So
yeah.
And then honorable mention would be probably Lil Baby.
What do you say?
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Oh, man.
That's an honorable mention. Because I was asleep on him for a while. These young kids don't know nothing about no music. Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. This little motherfucker nice.
Man, look.
Right.
That's my homie. Let's go to Greg. Let's go, Greg. Come on.
One around here, man.
You know what? And like he said, man, I ain't gonna hate on Nas. I'm a J fan, forever. But no, that King's Disease 2 is fire. You know what I'm saying? I can't even knock. I've definitely been rocking with that. Low key, that Bodie James Versace tape, like that right there. Hey,
that's my.
I'm telling you,
that's my man's. Greg is my man. That's in my top 5, possibly. I mean,
you always talk about Bodie.
Bodie decent. What's that track? Oh, my favorite joint on that joint. Hold on. New Wave. I could play New Wave all night. Like
I'm gonna have to go back to Bodie, man. Hey, man.
Come on.
All right, I gotta go back to Bodie.
Sample nuts, like
it's there. Alchemist snapped their whole album. Let's go.
For real. And then
all right. I gotta go back.
What else I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna low key. I'm gonna do something a little different, man. I'm gonna add two, like low key. I've been listening to that Wale lately. It's a little soft, but it's good.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Dave East offer, man. Dave East, the latest Dave East. Like he used to blow me because that was my man's, and I hated him because he was coming with that commercial stuff. Couldn't rock with him, but I think he's coming back. Like with that Hoffa joint. That Hoffa joint. Dude.
I'm about to check it out. Okay.
Right, I might have to check bro out. I mean, I used to check for him.
Yeah,
I got him after his debut album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The mixtapes came up short.
Yeah, man. So that Harry Fraud helped him though. Harry Fraud, he a fool on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go West Side Gun, side B. I'm gonna go West Side.
That's your man's.
Look,
B side.
This is my man's. Greg, look, I told you that side B is that side B is just as good as the. All right, okay.
He said, "All right."
It's just as good as the first one to me, man. Go ahead, Rich, man.
All right, so yeah, King's Disease. You know, that's kind of unanimous. I was gonna pick that anyway. But you know, I'm actually real happy about that because, like, you know, that joint with Kanye a couple years ago really disappointed me with my guy. So I'm a little happy. But man, like I ain't really been keeping up with stuff like I used to, man. Like recently, J. Cole album was solid. You know what I'm saying? Like
it don't have to be rap though. Whatever you've been checking for, you know what I'm saying?
Or whatever it don't have to be this year.
Ohio players.
That was way early in the year. But look, since he passed away, and I never really got into him, MF Doom. So I kind of started listening to Doomsday.
That's my boy, man.
Yeah, and I just kind of learning more about his story. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm grown now, so I just be kind of caring about people's lives and stuff, and like. I found that real interesting. So I've been listening to Doomsday, man.
Word.
A lot. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, like actually the last album I did just listen to all the way through was Only Built for Cuban Links, like 3 days ago. So
fire album, yeah.
Yeah, I got my Ghostface joint on. Yo, son, I had crazy visions. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was just listening to.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
y'all stop gassing him up. That motherfucker ain't shit.
But no, I'm gonna listen to the shit they brought up just so we can talk shit. That Tyler Cole though, I have listened to it, but I only went through it once though. So
true,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Word up, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you relaying your story. It's very inspirational. I'm proud of y'all. Like this is like I said, man, this feel like Black history, man. We gonna be talking about Funkytown for the coming years. You know what I'm saying? Years to come, man. I'm looking forward to when you all have your own brick and mortar brewery. You know what I'm saying? The very first one leading off into several. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what y'all got coming? But yo, this is love, man. Y'all are down to earth. Much success, man. Much success. I think it's a beautiful thing that y'all, you know, I like to hear stories of entrepreneurs that you know, they're starting stories. You know, we always see people like to give people their flowers when they already popping. You know what I'm saying? And even though y'all are popping right now, your joints are sold out everywhere. You can't even get it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's good to hear the stories, and other people I think need to hear the story of the obstacles that you all had to overcome, but are still staying the course. You know what I'm saying? And it's been what, 4 years since you all said, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. Man, that's inspirational, man. That's what it's all about. Congratulations to y'all, much success. I'm definitely, when it's available, I'm definitely picking up all them joints.
I got 2 Cuffin seasons and 2 Wop the Bands for you in my fridge. So whenever you're ready to meet
Hey,
up,
that's what's up, man. Let me holler at those. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna drink these bitches in a minute, but I'm just saying,
All right. But yo, I appreciate y'all, Funkytown Brewery, man. This is Beers and Bars, man.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Appreciate it.
Sir.
Peace.